How you doing, Aidan?
Grand.
Thanks for coming in.
Welcome.
Just for starting with the cameras, would you just mention, say your name and where you're from and what you do?
I'm Aidan Vaughan from Miltown Malbay, and I do set dancing and sean-nós dancing, and I play the drums as well in the Queally band.
Will you start off, Aidan, by telling us maybe just about maybe your first memories of dance or growing up with dance in your family?
My father danced anyway, and he said he was born in 1898, and he said just have the house dances. They'd dance all night and go home and change their clothes and go to work. He also played the fiddle and concertina, you know. I saw him dance once. It's a funny story. I don't know if my mother ever danced. She might have, but there was a set dance competition where in the street and the flag, we call it the Flag Road of the hall there. And the fella came in and asked him, would you come to dance? Oh, you can't, his knees better, come on anyway. He went down anyway, and we all down looked in there, he was hopping up, he was jumping off the floor. He didn't want to let my mother know he was dancing, I think, you know. But and I asked him about the playing set, and I did he dance the playing set? But I was stupid enough not to ask him how it was done, kind of, you know, and there was a Gabhann version of it, like the playing sets now and the other playing sets, you know. But they did dance and what you call it, they do a house dance all night, go home, change their clothes and go to work, you know.
Did anybody ever teach you? Or did you
I did a bit of Irish dancing when I was young, to 9 to 7s in the trees. Where I learned my dancing watching other dancers, you know.
Mm.
You'd see a fella, you'd see a fella dancing, a person dancing, you'd say, that's a nice good step, and you would copy the step, you know. You develop the style. There was no pressure. It was not like, you dance the competition, there was no pressure to do the step in a certain way, you know. Some of the set dance competitions earlier on, you weren't allowed to batter a set at all. There was a big controversy about that one time. Yeah. And to sort it anyway, you know. But I learned my dancing watching other people and watching people what they call dribbling or battering the set, you know. And you developed it. I didn't go straight in and start dribbling or battering in the set. We just learned, you develop the step as you went along, you know.
Yeah, you see, watching you're saying you would have picked it up from others from watching them.
Oh, I would,
so
yeah.
Who would they have been, and where would you have been watching them? Where would you have seen them?
I'd see him at home, and we had Caitlíns and that, and you'd see my brother Martin was a good set dancer as well. He doesn't dance at all now. And you see the style, you know. One time you would know exactly where someone was from by their style of dancing and by their accents, you know. It's not so much now, but one time you'd know, I was told straight away, I know you were from Clare because of the way you're dancing, you know.
Yeah.
That's the way it went, you know.
Yeah. Would that style have been sort of like a gliding?
I would, yeah. It was unique to West Clare, you know. And you could draw a line down the middle of Clare. And west of that, there was a particular style of dancing. My brother Joe recorded dancing in Doolin. You could hear him dribbling or battering the sets, you know, the same as we do now. And you go down along the coast and go in maybe 10 or 20 miles, and that was that style of dancing, even down as far as Loop Head nearly, you know. But there were some great dancers there, you know, and I learned watching them and just developed the steps as looking at them, you know. I said the Mullock set now, you'd see him dancing. That was the style I copied from, you know.
Yeah, you'd be watching and picking it
You'd
up.
watch it and you pick up a bit, like musicians listen to another musician.
Yeah.
They'd hear him do a nice little turn in the tune, and they'd pick up from that as well, you know.
You and a group of people kind of became quite a renowned, famous set there that appeared in lots of TV productions.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, tell us about those memories.
The what's called I remember there was one we did in Hughes. You get a call, could you put a set together? You dance a set, kind of, you know. You go in and you dance the best you can. Or mostly we dance. It's mostly the plain set we dance because there's more variety watching it. You know, the Caledonian is a set for dancers. You know, the plain set you could dance and there's a lot of movement in it and it looks better. You know. No, it's just you get the first time we went to America. Your mother was with me. We danced in America. You know, that was the first tour we went. No, England was the first one, and then we did America then, and back again we did 2 tours of America, and 1 tour of Ireland, 1 tour one tour, 4 tours altogether. It's just wherever someone saw me dancing, they said they'd ask me to do a step or do a set. That's the way it was, you know. And funny, I learnt the plain set from your grandfather and Paddy King in Dublin. Now, they had the club there, and it's in Thomas Street. Yeah, I was never at that, but I met them afterwards in the North Star. Mr. Great and I was a set dancer now, and then I was asked to dance with him one night, and that was it. You know?
And it was always set dancing, and
There was the first time I saw the plain set was when your grandfather and Paddy King and those danced it, and someone was giving out that some crowd in Dublin danced the plain set and they changed it. But I mean, every area had his own version of the set. You know, 3 versions of the plain set at the moment, you know. And I got some kind of video of the plain set dance to polkas. Clare polkas are different now to Kerry polkas. There was a slow rhythm on it, like Kitty was saying, there's it's a gliding step, you know, not like it's a different rhythm, you know. I know they're all doing Kerry Cork style polkas, but Clare polkas had a different rhythm. Old style Clare polkas, and the plain set was done to polkas, old style polkas. Well, I never danced to the polkas, and I wouldn't teach the polkas because they end up like a Kerry set. You know, people wouldn't understand and that type of polka they danced up in Galway as well, and up into Sligo, I think, a flow, more of a flow style to it, you know. Because the Tulla have a recording that with polkas in it, an old recording they made in the 50s, and that's the style of polka. It's rather than no, in the fast way. No.
tell us about those sets that Edwina mentioned there that you'd be putting together if someone asked you to get a set, and who you might be dancing opposite.
Oh,
and you know, maybe the crack when you're coming in, advance retire.
You would have a bit of crack, all right, you know what's called. There's always a little friendly competition when you're dancing a set opposite something. You want to do better than they do, kind of, you know. It's a friendly competition, but it makes it better dancing, you know. It always makes it better dancing.
Yeah. You can really hear it when you're coming in. And,
you can, and advancing and tribble back, kind of, they call it dribbling. Or not Clare, they call it dribbling, which is a better word than battering. Battering is like making the living daylights out of someone.
So you're saying there you could draw a line down the middle of Clare?
You could, yeah. East Clare is a slightly different style of dancing.
Can you describe those two sides roughly?
The Clare style is slide 1, 2, 3, and tap 1, 2, 3, tap 1, 2, 3. I've seen people in East Clare dancing and it's just tap 1, 2, 3, tap 1, 2, 3, tap 1, 2, 3. No, mine is slide 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. No, I could do more the Clare West Clare style than I would the East Clare style, but East Clare, I've seen them dancing to a slightly different style than we did, you know. And when we danced, before the Caledonian was revived again, we had a set called Just Be Around the House. You could have 20 couples on the floor. And it'd be advance and retire, dance on, advance and retire, dance on. And someone would shout house, that was the figure.
And when you say dance on, do you mean ye dance on or ladies dance on?
Oh, we all dance on, maybe, we all dance on. In and out and dance around halfway. But there could be 10 couples or 5 or 10 couples on the floor. It'd just be that way in Gleason's there. Years ago in the Armada, when Michael Sexton was playing there towards it developed as a full hotel, there'd be a Saturday night there and there'd be 20 couples on the floor. Big circle, in and out, dance around. But in East Clare, they had a different version of the advance and retire and dance on. They danced like it was an angle. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, back 2, 1, 2, 3, like the Ballybooney jig, and dance on. They danced at an angle and then danced on. I went over to East Clare one time, I didn't know what they were doing. They were slightly different than what we were doing, you know. But in Clare, you advance and retire and dance on. In East Clare, you 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, back 2, and then you dance on. You know, a bit like the square in the Ballybooney jig, you know.
Yeah.
They still do. If you go up, you can do that version of the set as well. No, although the dancing competition that was going up, the set, as it wasn't 4 couples, was seldom danced. You just had everyone up on the floor. You know, and I remember asking, why don't you dance? Someone a long time ago, why don't you dance the 4 couples? I said, it takes so long to put them together. That was the answer.
And you know, when you get up and dance on your own, now. You know, it's dancing in a set is one thing. And tell us what's going through your head when you're going dancing on your own?
What step I'm going to do next.
Yeah.
Shannos, you kind of improvise. You're thinking what you do next. Now, it's going to be too formal with someone when you're three line of Shannos dancers doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. It's better if someone on their own and develop their own little turn, you know.
Yeah.
No, I'm dancing away and I'm thinking, what step will I do next, and what step will I do next, and what step will I do next. So I never do it in a particular order, kind of, you know.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned there you played the drums as well.
Yeah. I was playing the drums before I was dancing nearly. I started playing the drums. There was a pipe band here one time. And you go into Hillary's bar, you'll see a photo of the pipe band. And I'm the small little fella in the back. And my father's behind me. And my brother Francis played the bagpipes, and my brother Martin played the drums as well in the band, you know. So I started off in the pipe band, I started playing drums, and then the first Queally band I played in was Brishinalika. They split the flag. It was the Creehans, Junior Creehans family, you know, and we won a few competitions in it. And then I played with the old Kilfanora, and I played with the old Tullakelly band, and I played a band called the Lochte Nefa. They were a local band as well, you know. And the funny story with the old Kilfanora, they was passed the snuff around the band. If they didn't know, they'd be calling the guards. I know I played the old band, and the old Kilfanora, and Gus Tierney was the leader at the time. But it was great playing with them. You learn a lot playing. And I remember Pat Melgan telling me with the drums, you're playing now in the hornpipe, instead of doing, you do double up on the beats on the bass drum, kind of, you know. You get great ideas, you know.
Were you playing for dancers?
Oh, we were. It was always dancers, yeah.
Where were those Queallys?
We were playing down in Kilbaha one time, and then I played with the Tull over in East Clare a few times, you know, a place called around Kilbacon. We played in an old school. They were dancing in one room and dancing in another room, so they had a speaker in one room and the band in another room. That's how they were playing, you know. And but the Queallys, it was a waltz and a quick step, waltz and two-hand dances and barn dances, and then maybe a set, you know. I have a recording I got, it was made in the 50s in Ballindereen with the old Kilfanora, and it was a waltz, a military two-step, and maybe a barn dance, and then a set, the local set, you know. And then there was a gents excuse me. You know what that is?
No.
You'd be dancing with someone, a fella dancing with a lady, you want to dance with her, you tip him on the shoulder and you have to sit down, you could dance with her. If they were waltzing.
How? Oh, I
ladies and gents excuse me,
Yeah. When did that change, that it became... You know the way when you go to a Queally today, it's like 8 sets.
Yeah.
And they're all sets. And there might be a waltz thrown in between. Yeah. But when did that change, that it went from having this huge variety of different types of dances?
I think when the set dancing came in, it got very formal, Competition, yeah. But I'd say it got more formal than with the sets, kind of, you know. Because normally, when you have a bit of a set at a Queally, when I was young, it wouldn't be a formal Caledonian to be around the house, but called around the house set. It could be 20 couples on the floor. Dancing, then dance around the house, you know. And in what's called the Gleason's there, they just dance the set to be 4 or 5 couples in that house around, they'd dance entire. I think the ladies move on, you know. And North Clare, they had a set where the 4 couples danced together, a version of the Caledonian. And it was the same now, but the 4 couples danced together, and it was nice. And you had to change where the ladies changed on as well, you know. No, it changed gradually, you know.
It'd be nice to go back to that way.
It would, yeah.
Be more. I think it might be more encouraging.
It would. You know, there was in the old. It wasn't set dancing all night and maybe throwing the waltz.
Yeah.
Just to break it up a bit. It was the waltz, and maybe sometimes you go in the pub see it. Even now it is now. There's usually a dancing in Kilmaley on a Sunday night. You'd have a waltz and a quick step, another waltz and maybe a set then. And then back to a waltz and a quick step again. You know, there's a nice variety that gives everyone a chance then. There's some people here they'll dance a set, but they'd rather do a quick step or a waltz maybe, you know. Like the social dancing.
Did you ever hear of any stories around your area of, like probably even before your time, maybe your parents or even your grandparents' time, of people getting in trouble for dancing?
Oh, yeah, there were stories, right? What you call it, I had an uncle there, and they said they were playing music, and someone said the priest was coming, and they had to run. They had to scatter, you know. Well, the parish priest here, I think, a long time ago, he wouldn't allow the dancing at all. They'd scatter them, you know. That's why the dance hall act came in. But they had their own dances then, and they made the money out of them. But and my father said, I think they cleared a lot of the young people out of the rural areas because of the strictness of the law and the house dancing, you know. He said one of the Killouris was fined 5 shillings for having house dance. They are the musicians in North Clare, they're great musicians, you know. We did. My father said, all right, but they wouldn't be told. Probably wouldn't be kind of a secret if there was a house dance on. Not everyone would be told, you know. But that was the story I heard from my mother or an uncle, that they were dancing around in the house, and someone said the priest was coming at their own.
When you were young, then you know, picking up the steps from the old boys, would it have mainly been in the houses, the house dances?
And they were nearly gone when I picked up my steps at the local. Well, I lived in the town, and the house only around the corner. Picked up the steps in the local hall, kind of watching people dancing and developed from that.
Who played for you, Aidan?
Man?
Who were the musicians playing for the dancers?
There was a few Queally bands around now. There was a band, well, a few Queally's bands around here one time. You had the Green Isle Queally band, and you had the Star Queally band, I think, and then you had the Lochtin Afa. And then the Tulla used to come around, and the Kilfenora used to play for the Queally as well. They were around a long time now. And the Lochtin Afa. I played with that band for a while as well. And we played I played in one of the first flats in Mullingar, you know. That's the year the Liverpool won that year, you know. And it was only in a small hall, it wasn't a big venue now. Yeah.
Do you think when you're playing the drums are you thinking of, because you know the way when you're playing along with the music, you might be thinking of the steps and what you might be doing with your feet?
I would sometimes. I nearly drum the same as I dance.
You'd be drumming the steps.
Yeah, I'd be drumming the steps. Yeah.
Beating out the rhythm.
Yeah. That's someone said to you, drum like the same as you dance.
Were there solo dancers? I know there might have been step dancers growing up. Yeah. But were there percussive, like what you do today?
There was always someone in the parish could do a few steps. I know in Connemara, they said, Sonny Connemara had the Shannos. There was always someone in an area that did a few steps. They get up in a few steps. There's a great video on YouTube of Tom King up in Cavan, Monaghan. I don't know if you heard of him.
Yes, I do know Tom, yeah.
And you'll see him doing his own style of dancing.
Yeah.
And a unique style. There was the man up in North Clare, what you call it, Gussie McMahon. He had a unique style of Shannos dancing as well. And there was always someone in the area they wouldn't be prolonged, sustained the way we have to do now, but they always had a few steps, you know. And you'll see when there'll be a bit of music and they get up and do a few of their own steps. And I saw a video of a fella playing fiddle in Quebec. They were playing Crowley's reels, you know what they are. And this man got up and did a few steps. The same as they do here, you know. And I'd say they were French. I'd say they didn't speak any English in Quebec. A lot of Irish people immigrated to there, you know. They're absorbed into the society there. But it's on YouTube, and this man, he dances a few Shannos steps as good as anyone, you know. No, I like to repeat myself, there was always someone that danced a few steps in every area. When there's a bit of music, they get up and dance a few steps. And one of the greatest sayings I heard a long time ago is they were down in Gleason's, Junior Crehan and all the musicians there. They called them Dad's Army because they were all been playing away there. They were playing there one night and nothing happening. And Junior Crehan said, when she get up and dance a set, and I'll be wasting the good music. So the music and dancing always went in Clare, you know. Yeah. Because there was enough people in the pub, and there was good music. They get up and dance a few figures of a set, and that's how the music and dancing went together, you know. The Clare music is more like the Tulla music now. Gilfenora, it was geared to dancing, geared for dancers.
Tell us about the Buckock.
Or the Bacchus. In West Clare it's called the Bacchus. They're kind of the strawberry, you call them the strawberries or the mummers. They're kind of supposed to be uninvited guests to a wedding, you know. And they come in disguised as well. But you call it the strawberries or the mummers. Back here they call them the Bacchus. And the Bacchus was a man bigger. Some back in Clare, we didn't like someone that he's an old Bacchus, you know, which that's a nice terminology, you know. But it's the saying here rather than other parts of the country, you know.
Did you ever do it?
I think I did it once, if I'm trying to remember, yeah. I think I did it once a few years ago. It's very popular in North Clare now. I know a group that they go in, but they're known as strawberries, and if there's a wedding in a hotel, they're invited in to dance a few figure of a set and bring up the bride or the groom, you know, for the figure, you know.
You know, for the sets that you were dancing that we had spoken about earlier, for your performances, like on the Late Late Show. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
Who were the other dancers that were dancing in the set with you?
Oh Jesus. It was Paddy Neal and I think it was I'm trying to think of names now. I think it was a half set. I danced with Nora Riley anyway and Paddy Neal. I think Paddy Neal danced with us. And who was dancing with? There was Rita Galler who used to dance with. There was another girl who used to dance with as well. I'm not sure it was a half set or a full set, you know.
So there's a few different recordings of it.
Oh yeah, they're on.
Nora Riley.
Yeah, Nora, yeah, danced with me, yeah.
And Deirdre.
Yeah.
Your own.
Yeah, Deirdre Cole, maybe Deirdre danced, yeah. Yeah, we did a few shows on television. We danced in the Late Late Show. Is it a half set or a full set now? I'm not sure. I think it's only a half set. And I still remember Gabhann up and the guards looking down on us. But we never met him, no. He was kind of aloof at that time, you know. We did it anyway. Worked out all right, you know.
You said you would have watched the Mullock set.
Oh, I would have, yeah.
And been watching what they were doing.
I would, yeah.
Were they a few years older than you?
They were all older than me at the time, yeah.
So you're kind of looking up and.
Yeah, and, I was given a link to a series of programs that were done by a Norwegian TV crew in 1979. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were dancing well then. No.
Yeah.
I'd say Willie Keane, if he was trained as a step dancer, he would have been as good as any Michael Flatley. He had everything. You know yourself now.
Yeah.
He had the carriage. He had the steps. You know.
Yeah.
He had the looseness of the feet. He would have been a fantastic step dancer if he was given the chance, you know.
Yeah.
No, they were all great dancers here. Even the Mullock set, there were loads of other great dancers here. There was Michael Scales, I was danced off, he was a great dancer. There was Michael Boyle and Quilty, another great dancer. Yeah. Michael danced in a different style. Michael wouldn't batter the set, but he was a lovely dancer, a lovely light dancer, you know.
Are they still alive, Aidan?
Oh, Michael Boyle's gone. There was a clip then I found an RT as well with Michael Boyle, what you call it, of the group in Quilty. Yeah, Michael Scales and the wife, Michael Boyle, I think he was dancing with a girl, she's Wickham as well. I can't even full names. It was done up in I think it's Stephen's Green, part of the Flanneau. It was in Dublin. That's right. That's the clip on the archives as well, you know. And there's a great clip of Tom Queally here, was a lovely set dancer as well, you know. There are a few clips of him as well, you know.
I've heard stories about, say, Michael Boyle and a few of the lads around in a set, but the crack that they'd be having within the set, kind of in competition with each other. They'd always be trying to one up on the other one. Or
I remember we danced in a set up in Doolin years ago, and Michael was in it, and that's in Paddy Neal and Gussie McMahon, and who was it dancing with now? I keep forgetting the girls' names, but we were dancing the fifth figure, and they were dancing, and the two men went for the same woman. And all the Queen says, go back to your own woman, go back to your own woman.
But I'd say they all made each other better dancers.
All they
because
did,
you
yeah,
were-
there was a friendly competition.
That's the thing,
That's
yeah.
the friendly
Yeah.
competition. You want to do as good as the man opposite you, and man beside you. Friendly competition, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a book set?
We did. When I was young, we danced the book set. There used to be a little bit of dance all over where the takeaway is now in the market house. Remember one night we danced the book set. We were only young at the time, wasn't it? When the women running around.
That's a good complaint. Usually there's not enough men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know when we were dancing in the street when I was young, and it was in and out and around the house kind of. Someone played a few tunes, you know.
Yeah.
Are there? You're a great man for always saying to me that you can't dance steps belonging to someone until they've passed away.
That was Michael Boyle. Yeah, the rest of them were all right, but he was a great dancer, but very contrary. And you know when I show you that little jig step?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was his, but I couldn't do it.
Do you want to do it for us?
I'm trying
Would
now,
you?
I think.
That'd be
what
great.
you call it, yeah. I haven't got the
Is
shoes.
this
so
one you learned, you got
I
from Michael Boyle?
I watched him. I didn't ask him for it, I just watched him. So can you get it? Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
I have the shoes now.
Yeah. This at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say that got a reaction whenever he did that.
Yeah.
Wiggling the heels.
I've had the shoes now, get a better sound. But
Yeah,
you have
no,
an idea.
it's lovely.
You have an idea what it's like, yeah.
We have it.
And another one where I've had this, I saw someone just... If I had the shoes, I'd give a better rhythm. No?
Yeah. No, I can hear it.
You can
Yeah.
hear it there.
There's not many dancing jigs percussively like that.
No, it's what you wouldn't dare dance Michael Boyle's step
Oh no.
in front of him or anything like that. There was definitely a that's my step, don't you?
Oh yeah. No, he was a great dancer, but he was a contrary man, you know.
Yeah.
The pity he was a great dancer. Otherwise, lovely. He could do waltzes and quick steps and all that. You know, a couple of great dancers around Quilty. Not just set dancers, they could do waltzes and quick steps and all that.
Yeah.
You're one of the few dancers that I know that has a signature step.
Yeah.
There's not many that do
No.
that have a signature move.
No,
And
there's a Japanese fella that copies me all right.
it's no Aidan Vaughan, though.
Well,
you know, if
I haven't
anyone-
seen him in a few years, but when I'd be dancing, he'd be like that. Look at it all. And he nearly did every step I did. No?
Yeah.
That's a real compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. You know, if anyone does your step, are you talking about the
Yeah,
rounds in the circle, around in the circle?
Yeah.
If anyone does it, you know it's
I
it's
know,
your
yeah.
step.
Yeah. And everyone else knows it too.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you'd be nearly waiting. You'd be expecting that you're
Yeah.
going to do it.
Yeah.
when you
I
get
wouldn't
up.
mind if someone did it. No, I wouldn't be objecting.
You'd be no Michael Boyle.
No.
Oh, Aidan, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks very much.
Special as always.
having me.
Yeah, great.